Hi guys, and welcome to this show in which I'm going to make a robot. This is a challenge proposed by Bill from Bill Making Stuff. Go check him out, he's awesome. And the challenge is called BIGBOTBASH. So basically you take this nicely drawn sheet with prompts and your D20 die and roll a number, and then that number will tell you which characteristic your bot shall have. Apparently you can interpret the prompts in your own way for maximum weirdness and awkwardness. Well then, let's begin. So my roles were Carapace for the body, Cyclopean for the head, Too Many Arms, Electric Hands, Leg Day for legs, and Unlucky for the flavor. I started by making a simple base structure with armature wire, and this particular way of twisting the arms and legs will bite me in the arse later, but just stick with me. For some bulkiness and general surface to stick the armor on, I rubbed the base with some paper mache. Again, not an ideal material, but that's what I had lying around. Next is the Carapace armor, and for this I'm using Warbler. I really dig this material because it's like plastic in terms of maintaining a sculpted shape, but less harmful to you. It's also very handy in use. Just heat it a bit with a torch and bend it to shape. It's hot though, so mind your fingers. I was aiming for a Carapace armor similar to a prawn on Pisces, but somewhat haphazardly put together, since I'm actually trying to make the bot so it fits Bill's universe of the Gatherlands, and it's made primarily from junk. Okay, so once that's done, let's find some parts in one of my found parts box. Yeah. So I'm dumb, and I've accidentally deleted the clip with picking and assembling the first couple of parts, so please excuse me. I've already put a spoon of salt into my coffee as a punishment. Anyway, aside from the regular arms, I made 2 additional arms as required, and hey look, beads! Is that qualified as a bead bot now, Bill? I should add that I'm only using found parts and other junk I gathered, since custom 3D printed parts are not allowed, and besides, I don't have a 3D printer because I'm poor. I mean, I'm living off instant noodles and Gouda cheese, so yeah. I glued some metal dinghies on calves to add muscle to the legs, but that's not quite leg day-ish yet, so more later. And look, more beads! I removed the previous arms because they were too chunky to add stuff and replaced them with not twisted armature wire, on which I put some beads and superglue bottle nozzles. By the way, I'm just making it up as I go. I didn't have any plan or even a sketch. I just grabbed whatever I thought will look nice and put it all together willy-nilly and trusted the process. I have no idea where those parts came from, but they will now become an exhaust for an engine, which this robot is carrying on its back. And more Warbler to cover some holes. At this point I'm adding more gribblies to further, gribblify my bot. One of the parts I had was this ball, which I think came from a mic stand or something, but it will now serve as a head for the bot. The white eye is another plastic thingy from some plastic something. I have a lot of plastic somethings which I don't really know where it came from, so please excuse me if I can't name them correctly. Not that it really matters anyway. To complete the leg day requirement, I'm using these thingies which come from wood clamps, I guess. I'm gluing a part from a Hasbro Darth Vader lightsaber, which will become sort of an electricity storage and distributor. These pins will be the coils gathering the current from the generator. and a part of a strap holder will be the bot's shoulder pads. And finally, for some obligatory hanging wires, I'm using old guitar strings and jabbing them into the warbler. I love that stuff. I'm wrapping a thinner wire around the pins and the lightsaber part to create electricity wiring. So the idea is that the electricity is generated in the engine and then sent through the coils into the wires, which are connected to the distributor on the neck, which then redirects the electricity to Bot's hands through the wires made of guitar strings and those things that comes with cables, you know, like USB cable or whatever, that flat wire that holds the you get the picture. As a final touch, I added a little hat for the guy. Well, he may be a junkbot, but he still can have some style, you know. Okay, painting time! I for once really like this step. Painting brings life to an otherwise oddly shaped and haphazard heap of random parts. You may say it brings life to that otherwise inanimate object. I'll be using mostly some metallic paints I bought recently dirt cheap. So there's really nothing to talk about besides what you can actually see, so here's a quick background I came up for the bot. Bots made for BIGBOTBASH challenge are to participate in a game called Bangarang in Gotherlands, which was created by Bill, and as such all of them can have their background in that universe, I assume. So with that in mind, my bot is a representative of a faction called Junkers. Originally, it was a power bot number 13, designed to charge vehicles and various utensils. After it broke in an accident which involved a big sperm whale and a terminal velocity, it was discarded and thrown out until a junker named Josh found it, repaired and upgraded it with some found parts, and restoring its electricity producing capabilities. Josh was a lonely guy, so in addition he equipped the bot with an AI chip so he could have someone to talk to and spend time with. He also gave him a name, B, which he misread from the bot's chest plate, as it was in fact 13. Unfortunately, Josh eventually passed away, and B as an autonomous bot was unsure what to do with itself and wandered through the Gotherlands until he heard about the Bangarang games. Armed with the power of electricity, B found its new goal, which is to be a somewhat competent participant of the game. So there you have it, my electricity-wielding bot named B. I hope you like it. Go and check Bill's channel as well as his game, it's really cool. And tell him that Navak sent you. Otherwise, that's all. Thank you very humbly for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, have a good coffee, and see you again soon.